Dana. Well, now to a more serious issue, and our friends from Community Ambulance really do a good job of trying to inform the community about issues that really affect them. March happens to be National Brain Injury Awareness Month, and joining us this morning is our friend Caitlin Medina, as she always does, with some really great information about some things that you need to know. So, you know, interestingly enough, I guess for me, my question to you, Caitlin, is I think we kind of know some of the obvious situations where people may need to seek treatment, but do you find that sometimes people may dismiss, you know, kind of everyday incidents where you may hit your head and think, oh, it's just okay, or I'm just kind of a little dizzy, and it may be a sign of something more serious?
Of course, we have a lot of people that will trip and fall, and you know, they don't really feel anything in the moment and start to get like dizzy throughout the day, nausea, vomiting. Those are very light concussions. You should always go get it checked out, but a lot of people also don't realize that when babies like just rolling over or falling or, you know, smacking their head a little bit, those type of things, if their pattern changes when they're eating or behavior, small kids, like those are things to look out. People, you know, they're a little bit more fragile than we are, so people in general really need to know the difference between serious and non-serious. So if someone's being agitated, combative, aggressive, you know, from after hitting their head, these are all things that you really want to look out for whenever you're dealing with someone that's happened.
And these are just simple, you know, incidents that can happen. And these are some of the symptoms that we're talking about that Caitlin was mentioning. If you have probably a more serious incident like loss of consciousness, persistent headache and seizures, again, the nausea, vomiting, slurred speech, that's really a big one, change in eating, and then you mentioned being agitated, changes in behavior, basically after this incident happens.
Correct.
Things you need to be looking out for. And you have a little show and tell here, so let's kind of talk about this, Caitlin.
Well, helmets are going to be a really big one since almost 50% of traumatic brain injuries happen from falls. You want to make sure that you're protecting your noggin, right? So motorcycles are a really big one. It is a life or death situation.
You're right about that.
This is something, if you're going to go out on a motorcycle, please invest in yourself and put a helmet on. You know, everyone's getting crazy with the VGK and, you know, supporting our people and playing hockey. Let's make sure that we're making our kids equipped with what they need. And then baseball, other different sports, football.
It's important.
If they're going to get hit over and over again, we want to make sure that their brain isn't getting traumatized as much as it probably could be.
And then maybe also do a little research. I mean, a lot of it's really easy to find on Google now, maybe about types of helmets that would be most effective in terms of preventing, you know, brain injury and keeping the brain insulated properly. So Caitlin, thank you so much. We appreciate you. If anything, it's just good to be mindful of these things and just be aware that even in just everyday situations, it might be a little more serious than you think.
Right, I'm clumsy. I fall all the time.
I know, me too, me too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. All right, stay with us.